Hey guys, Nick Durek coming at you from Anderson Jeep in Rockford, Illinois. Right now, I want to focus in on the Mac Daddy of them all, the Grand Cherokee Summit. More tech, more performance. Now this one has a legendary 5.7 liter V8, 360 horsepower with 390 pounds of torque. This will do upwards of 7,200 pounds of towing. So you're towing more than a lot of people's pickup trucks have to offer. They come with a 20-inch wheel once you get into the Overland. So when you're in the Summit, you get a 20-inch wheel standard. Once you get into the Overland or you get into the Summits, the air ride suspension will be standard. In the back here, power lift gates are standard. Actually, when you get into our Limited, you get a power lift gate standard. So it's just a pull of a handle or a push of a button will allow you to get inside of this vehicle. We hide our tow package down here in this little compartment. So there's two little screws that you undo and pop that off, and your tow package will be here. We do have the 4-prong and the 7-prong wiring harness, which will be hidden behind here as well. Now this vehicle, it's unlike anything really that we have to offer. You're going to find the highest graded leather that we have in the entire industry for Chrysler inside of this vehicle. Heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel will all be standard on here. Actually, heated back seats. This one has the Blu-ray DVD system in here, which you'll see here in just a moment, which is just awesome that we be able to offer that in this type of a vehicle. Normally you have to go into a minivan or a big SUV to get that. So it's a little cold outside. As you can see, it's snowing. I'm not sure if it's picking up here. We're having our late winter push, which is all the more reason to come look at a Jeep today. But hey, let's jump inside. Let's go over a few things inside. Come on in. All right, guys, welcome inside the 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. One thing that you're really going to notice right away is just the attention to detail in the fit and finish of this vehicle. We use a super high graded leather for the entire cabin. The whole headliner all the way down to the pillars down here are actually suede. So maybe you've never seen a vehicle with suede headliners and you're thinking, okay, it's no big deal. When you see it in person, it is normally one of the first things that catches your eye of you just know that you are in a luxury vehicle, unlike anything else that you're going to probably be looking at. Now, also another thing in the Summit that is unlike any other Grand Cherokee is we have noise cancellation system microphone detection in here. So all that means is we have 2 microphones in the headliners, and they will detect any kind of road noise as we're out driving. And as soon as it hears it, it will take that noise, send it through the microphone, and then through the speakers puts out like a noise cancellation sound, very similar to if you're listening to like noise cancellation headphones. That little air sound that you hear, that's what this vehicle will put out for noise cancellation. The windshield is is angled properly for aerodynamics to where you're not getting that drag of air, and it's also acoustic laminated. Even the windows are 1/10 of an inch thicker than most vehicles, allowing us to have an extremely quiet cabin experience as we're driving. Now the Summit is going to come loaded to the gills with technology. So some of the great safety things that become standard once you reach the Summit level, get that little innuendo, Summit level, is lane departure sense. So we have cameras built in that will see the 2 lanes that you're driving in between, and if you start to swerve out of that lane, it automatically corrects you back into it. Self-parallel and perpendicular parking. So if you have a hard time parking maybe in bigger cities like Chicago, that's probably the biggest one around us. Or even in Rockford, we have computers that will do it, and we will actually demonstrate that for you here so you can actually see it for yourself. It's the craziest thing that you will probably experience in a vehicle. Blind spot monitoring. I think this should be standard across the board, but unfortunately it's not. So when you get into the Summit, you will see that standard, and that is 2 little triangles in our side mirrors that will illuminate yellow if someone's in your blind spot as you're driving. Also, when you put your vehicle in reverse and you're backing up out of a parking stall, we have 2 sensors that shoot out in both directions. And as soon as the vehicle is within 30 feet of those sensors, those little blind spot indicators will go off, letting you know that someone's coming down the aisleway, may clip your back end, so pull back forward. And then the adaptive cruise control with forward collisioning and active brake. So that's a big tongue twister there. We have cameras in the front and cameras in the mirror that will see the vehicle in front of you. So if you're driving on the cruise at 75 miles an hour and the vehicle in front of you is going 55, we can preset distances of how quickly the vehicle picks up the vehicle speed in front of us, and it will slow our vehicle down, and it will apply the brakes. It will do a full lockup if necessary to keep us from rear-ending the vehicle in front of us. So all of those become standard when you're in the Summit, along with all the luxury options too, of the heated and cooled seats, the heated steering wheel, the remote start, the heated back seats. There's 2 charging USB ports back there and a house outlet plug-in, so you can bring your laptops or gaming devices or whatever you want to. We have the AV hookups, the red, yellow, and white hookups with an HDMI cord that you can bring your gaming devices in here too. So this is really a house on wheels. And considering the pricing of a house compared to this is actually a steal of a price. So let's go for a drive in this V8 Grand Cherokee, okay? All right, guys, we're out on the road in this luxury Grand Cherokee. The first thing that I notice in this vehicle when I'm driving it is really this V8 motor. It is insane power. If this 5.7 liter isn't enough power for you, which I would be baffled if it's not, we do have an SRT edition of these two, which is a 6.4 liter, which is going to put out 475 horsepower. This V8, just at the push down of the pedal, you're going to hear this thing really wind up. It sounds like we're in a Challenger or in a Charger with that Hemi motor. It's the legendary Hemi motor that is Chrysler's most awarded engine of all time. One of my favorite features with these vehicles that we offer is the voice recognition system. And just by a push of a button, I can pretty much do anything inside this cabin. Check this out. Driver's side temperature, 65 degrees.
Setting the driver temperature to 65 degrees.
Now, my question is how many vehicles out in the auto industry actually offer that feature? But even the wood grain throughout the door, it's not that glossy, fake wood. I mean, we're using real accents in here, which just gives it, you know, a touch of elegance above what most people offer. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. My name is Nick Durek. I'm from Anderson Jeep in Rockford, Illinois. 5711 East State Street. We're right next to Red Lobster. If you don't know where we're at, or maybe you've never heard of us, or maybe you didn't even know we carry the Jeep franchise. It wasn't until just less than 10 years ago that we acquired the Jeep franchise. So we have a lot of first-time customers coming in. I would love the opportunity to sit down and talk with you about your vehicle needs. Again, I am a Jeep enthusiast, but I am also a Jeep specialist. I own 2 Jeeps. I believe in the product. And that's why I work at the dealership that I do. It's not just a place for me to sell cars. I get to offer my customers the brand that I stand behind the most and believe in the most. And I think once you get behind the wheel of one, you will be under the same mindset as I am. So come check me out at the dealership. Come check out our product line. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 9, and then on Saturdays, 9 to 6. Our phone number is 815-229-2000. Again, that's 815-229-2000, 5711 East State Street, Rockford, Illinois. Anderson Jeep, Nick Durek. Talk to you guys soon.